So, the Nintendo Switch 2 was announced like a couple days ago at the time of recording this, right? Not a couple days ago. Actually, it was announced yesterday at the time of recording this. What am I saying? But I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I've seen some takes here and there, and I've seen people saying this and saying that about the Switch 2. And I wanted to just give my own personal take on it, because why not? It's the new thing everybody's doing, right? Free views. I mean, free engagement, free views, guys. Free YouTube. Free success simulator. Anyways, basically, what I wanted to go over was kind of just, I'm just gonna get straight into it. So, basically, the first thing is the name, right? So a lot of people are saying, like, there are people that like the name, think it was a good choice, and there's people that don't like the name, think it was a bad choice. Now, I'm on the side of liking the name, because I'm going to say this, because I feel like it's something a lot of people are not realizing. This would have ended up being a Wii U situation if they really sat down and called it anything but the Switch 2, okay? Like some people have been saying, like, "Oh, come on, the name Switch Up was right there. Switch Up. That's literally gonna be another Wii U scenario. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like it's something people don't realize. The Switch 2 being called the Switch 2 is absolutely amazing. That almost guarantees the console's definitely going to do well in some regard. It confirms we're not getting a Wii U situation. You wanna know why? Because there are people out there that, thought the Wii U was just an accessory, or thought it was just a slightly better Wii or something, or a little Wii upgrade. Which, I mean, technically it was, but it was supposed to be treated as its own system. And, well, it didn't really get treated as such by a decent portion of people, which could be said, it could be theorized to be one of the reasons it failed. And I feel like when it was leaked or rumored that it was going to be called the Switch, like, Ounces or something, or that was the code name, people were like, ooh, Switch Ounces sounds great, way better than Switch 2. I'm like, whoa, 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 what? What? Like, Switch Ounces, we're about to that's another Wii U situation just waiting to happen? I feel like it's important they actually name the console something clear. Just make it clear, okay? Make it absolutely clear. Hey, this is the sequel to the Switch. This is a second Switch, like the Switch 2. Like, you don't have to keep giving it all these, like, wacky names. Just, like, keep it simple for, like, 1 second here, and it will do you wonders, you know what I mean? And that's clearly what it's probably going to do. Because I bet you the Switch 2 is going to probably be successful. Watch me eat my words in a year from now. But, you guys get what I mean. I feel like the naming was a great decision. I get that some people wanted a more unique name, because that's usually what Nintendo does, but I think it's understandable that Nintendo wanted to play it safe, and they just went with Switch 2. Because, let's be honest, they definitely learned from the Wii U stuff. They definitely did. Which is why I think it's just so important that they did name it Switch 2, because it shows that they did learn from that mistake, and they're, gonna make sure, hopefully, it doesn't happen again. Now, there is another thing that people are kind of going over, and that's the fact that it looks just like the Switch 1. Do I have to say anything here? Like, I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little bit, like, condescending or rude or whatever, but, like, do I really have to say anything here? Do I have to say something? Like, it's the Switch 2. Of course it's going to be a better Switch. Like, I'm sorry. What were y'all expecting? Like, it's the Nintendo Switch 2, right? It's gonna be a better Switch 1. That that just kind of makes sense. Think about it. What else can you really shove onto the Switch 2 to make it different? Like, it's not necessary. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, you don't have to forcefully add, like, 35 new gimmicks to the controllers or something. Make the Joy-Cons have 80 buttons per, like, side or whatever. Like, no, you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? It's funny, I think they did add more buttons on the Joy-Cons, but, like, you get the point. You don't have to do all of that crazy stuff here. You don't have to. It's not necessary. And I feel like a lot of people for some reason are actually upset that it's just a Switch 1, and I'm just kind of like, I mean, did you guys really expect anything else? Like, I almost feel like I'm getting Tears of the Kingdom whiplash again. Jesus. Like, I'm really starting to feel it now. And if you guys don't know what I mean by that, I think I brought it up during my original, like, thoughts on Tears of the Kingdom video. But, like, and don't worry, there's no spoilers here, don't worry about it. But I mentioned how I felt like a lot of people felt more disappointed with Tears of the Kingdom because they set their hopes too high. And since I kept my hopes pretty reasonable, I kept my expectations pretty in check for that game, I ended up actually being blown away by it. I ended up really liking it, you know? And I feel like it's the same thing here. I'm kind of at the same point where I just feel like, what did y'all expect? You know what I mean? And I feel like I just feel like it's so weird that people are upset about that, because it's like, did you guys expect anything else? Like, and it's a funny thing too, because I'm not hearing what other people were expecting either. So that's another thing I'm confused about. I haven't really seen anything online of people like giving recommendations on what should have been added to it or what they should have done with this or that to make it more unique. I haven't really heard anything. It's just people saying it should have been more unique and should have been a bit different. And I'm like, look, it's kind of hard to really sit there and say, like, and be able to say, oh, it should have been different, and then not give examples on how it should have been different. You didn't even have to go into detail. You could have just mentioned maybe there should have been another gimmick, or just something as simple as that. You don't have to specify what the gimmick would be. You just say maybe they should have had another gimmick with the Joy-Con, but I don't even see people saying basic stuff like that. So I'm a little confused. You know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm just a little confused. Like, I'm not really getting it. Like, I'm seeing all now. Look. I'm a massive Nintendo nerd, right? This is practically a Nintendo channel, okay? So yes, this could be a sense of bias, but at the same time, I feel like I'm just trying to think about it logically here. Like, no bias, seriously. It's like, did you guys really expect more than just the Switch 1? Because I feel like that's a bit unrealistic. Like, if y'all wanted the Switch 2, you got the Switch 2, and now you're mad that it's the Switch 2. Do you guys see where I'm coming from? Like, it feels a bit weird. But, anyways, that's besides the point. I, of course, feel like I have to go over the last thing regarding the whole Switch 2 trailer they did. Because, you know, I feel like I don't want to make a whole separate video on this, okay? I know I've done a whole thing on the Booster Course Pass, like, all of the DLC. I know I've done all the streams where I, like, tried to get the gold set and everything. Look, I know I did all of that. But I still feel like I don't want to give it its own video until we have more information. So I'm just going to throw it in this one for a little bit. And that's supposedly Mario Kart 9. Now, basically, of course, we don't know if it is going to be called Mario Kart 9. We have no clue what the title is. So, you know, we can't we can't really say much here. But it's one of those things that gets me thinking just a little bit, right? Gets me thinking a tiny bit. Because my friend did bring up something, and I thought I'd throw it in this video, because why not? You know what? It's a unique take, okay? I personally don't believe in it. I personally think it's a little cap, but you know what? I just think it's an interesting little twist, so I'll bring up his take, okay? You know who you are, by the way. You're probably watching this, but basically he mentioned, what if that's just Mario Kart 8 Deluxe ported again? Of course, I could go over once again a million reasons why I don't think that's the case, but, you know, once again, unique take, make the video a little bit interesting, you know? And it's like, oh, they sometimes, for remasters of games that companies do, they sometimes do change the art style, and they'll add a couple of extra things here. There's the whole theory with 24 racers or whatever, thanks to the starting line or whatever. And so it's like, you know, there's a lot of stuff like that where it's like, oh, but maybe all of that's just in another Mario Kart 8 Deluxe port or something. And yeah, no, this take doesn't really go too far. I'm sorry. Like, I just thought I'd bring it up. It's a very unique take from one of my friends, and hey, why not? You know? Hey, maybe he'll end up being right and we'll all be disappointed as frick when it's literally just remastered Mario Kart 8. But Anyways, I'm going to talk about it in the way I see it now. Just thought I'd once again bring that up. But yeah, if this is Mario Kart 9, right? Or just in general, the next Mario Kart installment, it looks pretty cool. I'm probably going to be showing it in the background right now. Look how cool that looks. It looks interesting. Like, what is this big, like, desert-like area? I've already seen a couple videos of people, like, deep diving into certain things because people love to pick apart these, like, little gameplay snippets. You know how the Nintendo community is. This should be no surprise. And, it looks really fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It looks really nice. And as somebody that loves Mario Kart so much, I'm actually really hyped. Hopefully, we all gotta hope and pray. And don't worry, this isn't a thing with my friend, any beef or anything, because my friend mentioned he also hopes he's wrong about his theory. We all hope that his theory's wrong. We want this to be Mario Kart 9, you know what I mean? So just thought I'd bring that up. But yeah, no. I think that if this is Mario Kart 9, it looks amazing. And you bet on this channel, day of release, Mario Kart 9. If it is the Switch 2 launch game and I can't get a Switch 2, then that changes. But, because, scalpers are fun. But, not Switch 2, oh my god. Mario Kart 9, we'll just call it that, right? You bet day of release, when that comes out, I am playing it immediately. I might stream it, for all I care, and just cut that down into smaller videos of me playing each of the cups or something. Because, oh my god, new Mario Kart after how long now? I forgot, what year did the original Mario Kart 8 come out again? Oh man, it's been a while, but yeah, you guys get what I mean. I just think that that's also a really hype thing. It's cool of Nintendo to just, throw that in there a little more, I think that's really cool. But yeah, to prevent this video from being too long, because I'm going to be honest, I'm a bit shocked with myself that I haven't already yapped over 20 minutes. I'm shocked I've already kind of made every point. I'm actually kind of on point today. That's rare. Anyways, with that being said, I am going to end this video here. I just want to give some opinions about Switch 2 overall, and just overall the reveal in general, because I feel like some people were thinking a bit too, their expectations were set a bit too high for this thing. I hate to say it. That's just my personal opinion, though. Y'all can let me know what you think in the comments. Also, the naming thing as well is another thing that I, agree with that Nintendo did. Because it's like, hey, you don't want a repeat Wii U situation. And at the end of the day, I care less about the name and more about what the thing actually has on it. Remember, a console should be important for its games, not necessarily its specs and all of that. Because, in my personal opinion, a console should be judged based on the content it has, not how amazing the graphical capabilities are, or the frame rate. Yeah, frame rate can sometimes be brought into account if it's too low, but, if it's a decent 60 or something, who cares, you know what I mean? And I feel like some people get a little bit too heated over that. So, that's just overall my thoughts on the whole situation. I'm going to end this video now, and, yeah, if there's any more cool stuff relating to Switch 2, there is that Nintendo Switch 2 Direct happening in April. And hey, if enough interesting stuff is revealed in that, maybe I'll make a video going over some of that stuff for the fun of it, right? But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in hopefully, I'd give it 5 days, maybe? A week? I don't remember. And I'll see you guys in about 5 days to a week when I gotta go stream, finish streaming Luigi's Mansion 2 Scarescraper. Bye.